An accidental quilt cut in line and squeezed itself onto my planning queue. My neighbor asked me last night, Becky, how do you have an accidental quilt? And this is how. I have a project coming up that is going to be primarily HST blocks, half square triangle blocks, which are really just two triangles put together to make a square. I decided to practice on some fabric that I already have. I didn't want to jump right into my new fabric. I'm using some fabric that I was worried I would not be able to use. I bought some Jane Austen fabric a while ago, and it was really fun to use in my Jane Austen fabric book, but I didn't use very much of it. And so there's a lot left. So I want the finished squares, the finished half square triangles, to be 10 inches. And I'm going to start by making them using a method called 4 at a time. To make 4 at a time, I need a 17-inch square of this fabric and a 17-inch square of the Jane Austen fabric. I need a larger cutting board. Boy, this is going to be a big piece of fabric. Here is one of the fabrics from the Jane Austen collection. This is the Harriet. That is just enough. I hate it when it's just a little bit too long for my board. I am tempted to walk down this weekend and buy one at my local fabric store. I would be supporting a local business. Actually, if I decide this is the right method for my quilt, I think I will need to buy it. Okay, let's see how close I got. Here's a 17 by 17 of the Harriet fabric, and here is a 17 by 17 of the, I think it's Liberty fabric. And those line up pretty well. Okay, I sewed it and I've ironed the stitch. I'm going to refer to my notes. It seems very straightforward, but I'm going to refer to my notes anyway. 4 at a time. Sew, cut, cut. That doesn't even reach across. It seems very dangerous to do what I'm thinking of doing. But I don't think I have any choice. I can't cut on this. This is just paper on wood. I can't cut in that. All right, it's practice, Becky. It's practice. 8.5 inches, half of 17, and I'll mark it like this, corner to corner. If I ruin it, I ruin it. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this. Now the idea is that there are now 4 half square triangles here. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and 1 more hiding under here. There's 4. So I made 4 10-inch, I think 10-inch half square triangles. Let's check. We'll put it on 2, and then this should hit on 12. It doesn't. It's quite a bit larger, actually, than 10 inches in both directions. All my careful measurements. Maybe I was looking at 10.5. Still overshot. As long as we are consistent with all of them, we can trim them to whatever size we want. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get a larger cutting mat and a much larger ruler. Okay, well, lots to think about. What I'm going to do is do 4 of a kind. What I'm actually going to do now is the 2 at a time method. This is 2 up. There is a 12 by 12 inch her house, and then a 12 by 12 inch neutral, very see-through neutral. And then we sew just a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch on either side of this. I mean, it doesn't look super bad, but when I was doing it, gosh, it felt like trying to walk down the sidewalk when you've been drinking. One video that I watched, she actually put tape on the fabric, like 3 layers of tape on the fabric. I can't remember how many I'm making, 30 of them or something. I don't want to do that. Now this fabric is directional, so they're not going to be identical. One is one direction, one is the other. So I thought I was going to come out of this with a solid answer of how to do this. That didn't really happen, and I'm not really sure what to do about it. I'm going to keep working on it and see if I can figure it out. Accidental quilt top. I was really glad that in the end none of my practice work was wasted. I also was really glad to be able to use up a whole bunch of the Jane Austen fabric because I'm not sure how else I will use it. And in that vein, I also planned the backing out of the pre-cut squares of Jane Austen fabric. So that's going to go on the back. And just for the record, who's keeping the record, but just for the video, each of these squares got cut into 11.5 inches, and I learned how to do that on my small cutting board, which is a great thing because then I'm not going to buy a large cutting board for this. And I got a lot of practice, and I feel like I had some very good joins. I am getting better. As I told a friend, I'm getting better. I can see that I'm getting better. It's very satisfying, but it's also very slow. So I'm going to do this backing today using these fabrics. And then I'm going to make a quilt sandwich, the unexpected quilt, let's call it, not the accidental quilt. And I have a friend I'm going to give it to. I don't know if she would want it or not, but hopefully she will enjoy it. Okay, I am not quilting here. I am doing the repair on the quilt top that I discovered while I was flattening out the quilt top on the quilt sandwich. So I'm trying to do a 1/4 inch seam where there really was not enough fabric to do that. So there may be a pucker in here, and I may have to bring a warm iron over. That's what we call a pucker. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take it off and machine fix it. If I had been in a place where I couldn't fix it, I would forgive myself and move on. I can fix this. What time is it? I'm going to a movie. Today I got my taxes, all my tax prep done yesterday, so I'm treating myself to a movie today. But I don't have to leave here for another 1.5 hours. Okay, it is repaired. Much, much better job than I was doing with my hand stitching. I would not notice it. So what, if the question is it perfect? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. It's not noticeable. I think if my friend sees this video and if she decides that she would like to try to root out this error, she might be able to find it. We'll see. We'll see how it looks after the quilting is done. When I get the quilting done on this accidental quilt, my unexpected quilt, I will stick a little update on YouTube and Instagram. But in the meantime, do you hear my cat? In the meantime, thanks for being here and see you next time. Bye.